Hello and welcome to Hornbill TV. This is Prime at 9. I'm Naomi Kigon. Now the news in detail. In a breaking news, the culprits of the gruesome murder of a 5-year-old whose body was found in a rice bag at Sitikemasi, Chumokedima on June 8 has been arrested. DCB Crime Dimapur Parad Laxman confirmed to Hornbill TV that the accused persons involved in the crime are the victim's neighbor. He said the heinous crime was committed by a father and his 13-year-old son. To give us more detail on the incident, we have DCB Crime Parad Laxman on the line with us.
In this particular case, we have registered case in Chumokdima police station, and we have actually cracked the case. Okay, one juvenile is arrested, and one elderly person is father of juvenile. Two of them have been arrested in this murder case. We have arrested some. Of course, we are withholding the details, but we have arrested one juvenile and his father. So two individuals were arrested.
May we know when were they arrested? When was the arrest made?
We have arrested them yesterday only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So could you please give us some details on the motive behind the murder, sir?
It's yet to be established. However, its case is still under investigation, and since juvenile is involved, he is only 13-year-old, our main suspect. So you can understand it's a sensitive case. So we are just withholding the further details for the safety of the even juvenile also.
And also, so may we know, since it's the father and the son involved, like you said, was the mother aware of this case? I mean, is she also being detained, or what is an update on that, sir?
No. We have, as of now, we have not actually detained the mother. And I think, of course, it's ongoing investigation, so I will not comment on that. But definitely, we are not either arrested nor detained the mother.
A joint action committee leading an agitation demanding the revocation of the appointment order of retired officer Dr. P.J. Anthony to the post of Principal Secretary in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly Secretariat met today. The House reaffirmed and resolved to adhere to its earlier resolution and strive to fight for the revocation of the appointment order of Dr. Anthony to the post of Principal Secretary. The agitation by the Nagaland Assembly Secretariat Staff Association shall continue indefinitely, the JSC stated, adding that an ultimatum had been served to the competent authority to revoke the appointment order of the retired officer latest by June 13, the JSC stated. In the event of the failure to address this ultimatum within the specified period, the JSC resolved to prevent Dr. Anthony from entering the premises of the NLA Secretariat. In regard to forceful entry into the Secretariat's premises, Dr. Anthony shall be doing so at his own risk, according to JSC Secretary Cezodo Teo and NASSA General Secretary Tali Renla. Earlier, NASSA Vice President Rokas Rino stated that the association's main grievance was the incumbent Principal Secretary Dr. P.J. Anthony's arbitrary amendment of the service rules in order to accommodate himself to the position. He also stated that the association was opposed to the reappointment of a retired officer as AHOD. He said that on May 25, the organization filed a court case opposing the amendment of service rules and that a court held a hearing the following day. During the hearing, he stated that the government advocate requested a 2-week extension which would expire on June 9, 2022. As a result, he said, the court issued an interim order prohibiting any new appointments during that time. The appointment order for Dr. P.J. Anthony to the position of Principal Secretary, however, was issued in the afternoon of June 2, according to Reno. India has achieved a target of supplying 10% ethanol blended petrol all across the country. Here in Nagaland too, almost all petrol stations are selling the same. Hornbill TV visited a few petrol pumps to see how aware are the citizens and petrol pump employees of the pros and cons of this step. Let's have a look.
1,000 crore rupees in foreign exchange has been saved in the country through the use of 10% ethanol blended petrol. This was informed by Ashwini Kumar Chaube, the Union Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, on June 8th. He said ethanol blending is a great step towards reducing the country's fuel imports and carbon emissions. However, there have been incidents of vehicle owners questioning water in the petrol after this came about. Petroleum dealers have been asked to adhere to quality checks as stipulated by oil companies for the fuel they receive and store. There is no issue in case such checks are conducted and proper procedures followed. An oil marketing company's official also told HornbillTV that water is the main concern here when mixed with ethanol and nothing else. He said that not only the public but the petrol pump employees also have to make sure water does not get into the tank. However, during monsoon, water does seep into the tanks, so this may also be one of the reasons which will in turn damage the engine due to mixing water in ethanol. According to reports, the increase in the amount of ethanol could result in damage to some plastic, rubber, and aluminium components, and this could affect the durability of fuel pipes, injectors, and hoses.
Government petrol de ethanol
10% ethanol 10% ethanol 90% पेट्रोल
अच्छा तो आपने ये तो ethanol तो कैसे जाने
नहीं अभी तो जानते हैं जैसे पेट्रोल अगर बोतल में लेने आता है तो उसमें अगर पानी है तो हम लोग पहले उसको बढ़िया से वॉश करते हैं बोतल को, फिर उसमें हम पेट्रोल डालते हैं. अगर पेट्रोल और पानी अगर एथेनॉल वाला मिक्स होगा ना तो गाड़ी में तो काम नहीं करेगा.
वॉश नहीं करते
नहीं हम लोग पेट्रोल से वॉश कर देते हैं. हाँ वॉश नहीं करने से अगर उसमें पानी है ना तो थोड़ा गाड़ी मिस करेगा चलाने से.
अच्छा तो आपको ये पता है कि एथेनॉल और पानी बहुत ख़राब है.
हाँ पता है.
तो ये अभी एथेनॉल जो है पेट्रोल के साथ जो मिक्स किया है तो ये बहुत अच्छा है बोला गवर्नमेंट ने, और 41,000 करोड़ ऐसे बच रहा है देश को पैसे. हाँ बजट. तो आपको ये क्या मतलब हमारा तेल जो है पेट्रोल फ्यूल प्राइस भी नीचे नमना चाहिए.
हाँ नीचे कम होगा. कम हाँ होना भी चाहिए.
अच्छा हाँ ठीक है. तो आप तो अवेयर है कि ये ऐसे है तो और ये जो है बिना पानी के साथ अच्छा है कि नहीं गाड़ी के लिए?
नहीं अच्छा है, गाड़ी के लिए अच्छा है.
क्यों अच्छा है? क्यों लगता है?
इसलिए कि अभी थोड़ा रेट भी कम हो गया ना, और भी रेट कम होने की चांस है, ऐसा न्यूज में आ रहा है.
पेट्रोल तो हमें एथेनॉल है मतलब ना अभी आता है लामडिंग से पेट्रोल आ रहा है, दीमापुर से नहीं आ रहा है.
हाँ लमडिंग से. तो आपको पता है कि ये एथेनॉल तो कंपलसरी सब पेट्रोल में एथेनॉल है 10%.
सब पेट्रोल यहाँ से जो आता है उसमें नहीं है. यहाँ से जो पेट्रोल आता है वो नहीं, अभी यहाँ से दे नहीं रहा है, हम लोग लामडिंग से आ रहा है. लामडिंग में सब एथेनॉल प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है.
अच्छा तो कस्टमर वगैरह भी आप पूछते हैं कि नहीं कि एथेनॉल क्यों है? नहीं
पूछता.
तो आपका ये जो यहाँ पे पेट्रोल पंप का जो काम कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे उनको भी पता है कि नहीं?
उनको पता है एथेनॉल है, सबको मालूम है. हाँ 10% एथेनॉल है, इसलिए लगाया हुआ है ना, कंपनी वाले लगाया हुआ.
आपने भी इधो पेट्रोल दे इचा एथेनॉल ऐसे तो खुशी तो ना आपने इधो जाने ना न जाने गवर्नमेंट ब्रा पेट्रोल दे 10% एथेनॉल डालिबो कोई ना इधो आपने जाने ना न जाने ना
अच्छी तक तो इन्हें
तो इधो मिक्स करा दो पेट्रोल दे मिक्स करा खान भी आपने इधो भालना बिया से भाबियो
तो मिक्स इना करा से कोली तो अमी सब तो फाल नहीं होय होले मो तो अच्छी तक तो जाना नहीं ना, इसलिए मो खान तो ने की खान साने मोबाइल दे होले भी की न्यूज़ खान अच्छी तक ने मोबाइल खान छोटा मोटा चलाए ना दूरा एको होने
नहीं इधो नहीं आपने खान इधो पेट्रोल दे एथेनॉल मिक्स करा दो जाने ना
हमारा जानी दो इधो गाड़ी बिया हो बोले पोस्टो होले हुए ऐसे ओए इधो नुकरा फाल आसी दे.
आपने इधो पेट्रोल खान दे इचा एथेनॉल गवर्नमेंट बा डालिना ऐसे सब पेट्रोल दे तो इधो अपनी जाने ना न जाने
इतो आमी हम तो इतना तक तो एको भी एनेगा डिफरेंस न जाने.
ओके तो इधो ला अवेयर न होय ना पूरा नहीं ना
इतो हम एको एनेगा डिफरेंस इतना तक तो एको भी न जाने ना. इतो तो किना कोला इतो
पालना बिया हो पाबे आपने
इतो तो गाड़ी गाने तो बिया हो एको आइडिया ना था क्या
25 या 26 के आसपास.
कितना रुपया?
9 रुपीस कुछ पैसा.
अच्छा तो आपको लगता है कि एथेनॉल डालने से और कम होना चाहिए क्योंकि पेट्रोल तो 90% जा रहा है, 10% तो एथेनॉल थोड़ा सा कम होना चाहिए.
थोड़ा कम होना चाहिए.
आपने अवेयर असना नोय ना पेट्रोल दे एथेनॉल असे कोई ना
তো এইবোৰ থাকে আছে লাগে হয় হয়
এইটো কিনা ফিল কৰে that এইটো ভাল না বিয়া আছে পেট্ৰল লগত মিক্স কৰি না গাড়ীৰ কাৰণে
এইটো বেছি বিয়া আছে আমি ভাবি যে পেট্ৰল ইনা লৈ থাকো পানী মিক্স কৰি না থাকি না পিছৰে গাড়ীটো ইঞ্জিন বেছি কিবা হৈ থাকে না তো
বাই চান্স পানী মিক্স হৈ গ'লে
হয়
আচ্ছা তো এইটো পেট্ৰলৰ দাম বি এথেনল আছে 10% তো নামিব লাগে না নালাগে আৰু
পেট্ৰলৰ
কম্পালসৰি চইচ নাই
হয় লাম্বিলেহে বেছি ভাল আছে কেলে পাব্লিক আমি বেছি দুখ পাই থাকে কেতিয়াবা একবাৰ উঠিলেতো বেছি উঠি যায় আৰু লাম্বিছে গ'লেতো বেছি আৰাম হৈ যায়
তো আপুনি এইটো এথেনল তো বিয়া আছে ইনা কৈ আছে আপুনি লা অপিনিয়ন দে
হয় হয়
So after the government of India had said that 10% ethanol will be mixed with petrol, 90% petrol, the government has also directed all the petrol pumps around, every city and town to have information like this to inform the customers that the ethanol is an environment-friendly initiative, and it has also saved India, the country, in rupees 41,000 in foreign exchange. So as we have just seen that not many people are aware of the ethanol, the presence of ethanol in petrol. It has also said in these directives also that it should not be mixed with water because ethanol in petrol and it attracts water and separates in a distinct layer. This settles down at the bottom of the car and bike tank. So yes, the directives have been given that water is not good, and as we have also seen that the person working at the petrol pump has also said that if they think that a bottle which people come to fill petrol in has got water, they wash it off with petrol. Earlier also we have seen that the petrol pump employees were not aware, but some are aware, and maybe we should ask this question if also awareness programs should be there for the presence of ethanol in petrol and the pros and cons of this. Reporter Esther with camera person Pankaj for Hornbill TV.
Celebrating the 75th year of India's independence and its capital markets, a conference on creating wealth through markets, which was held through video conferencing, was inaugurated today by Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman at the J.N. Tata Auditorium, Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. The conference is organized by the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, Ministry of Finance. Joining 75 cities covering all states and union territories, State Nagaland also participated in an event conducted in the Capital Convention Center of Kohima. Speaking as a special guest, Chief Executive Officer for Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland, Alam Demshi Jamir said, money in itself is not a sin, but greed and a love for money create sin. It is high time that the Nagas should know how to use resources in the right way, he said.
Are starting only of late, last 10-15 years. That is what I've observed. And this concept also, unfortunately for the rest of the country, to a large extent has been prevalent. Like we've heard the speaker saying that the financial inclusion policies has been crystallized only after 2014. There was a lot of talk of it. And the financial literacy program has been going on. We've been talking about the financial inclusion things, but then things have been it has taken a long time for things to be in place. The constitutional provisions of Article 371A, where the land transfer is not taking place. There is also the issue of skilled labor. There is also the issue of law and order. These are some of the things we talk about. But yet, the most important thing is I realized today is an issue of the capital market being known and understood by the people, and it is time that Nagas also started thinking and talking about the capital markets. I have said that the first thing which the person invests in is his own needs and requirements: land, cars, house. There is hardly anyone in Nagaland who is investing in somebody else's business. I have not heard of any such investment.
Topics on retail investment, wealth creation, savings, investment and wealth creation, exchange and independent investors were delivered by resource persons.
how many of you, and definitely me, view the stock market. To most of us, it appears there's this huge, big, dark space of confusing trades and bigger confusing words. You would have heard some of them on the video earlier. Some of us are slowly moving towards taking the plunge and actually getting courage to invest in this market. And by breaking that fear, we're actually taking steps forward.
So actually, what is savings? Savings means you are keeping the money in a very risk-free asset with a low rate of interest.
Investment plan will depend based on our age, based on our requirements, and based on what are the things that is going to come in the short term as well.
We do have a very credible base, over 300 to 400 clients now. We're managing churches, the Nagaland Cricket Association, some other large bodies, and we continue to conduct many financial literacy programs from which we talk not just about investments but also about protecting your income.
Tension arises in Jorhat after All Assam Students' Union leader was physically assaulted by two security persons at Jorhat on Thursday evening. Sources said that Gopal Tuda, who was the ex-AASU leader, was going for shopping in Vishal Mega Mart located in Lahodi area of Jorhat. The ex-AASU leader and security persons identified as Taban Bora and Abhijit Galita involved in an argument which turned into physical. The student leader was brutally hit by the two security persons. Dada was severely injured in the forehead and was immediately shifted to JMCH for treatment. The Jorhat police detained both the security guard and investigation was going on.
আমি বিশাললৈ গৈছিলোঁ পৰিবাৰ মই তাতে স্কুটাৰখন থৈ হেলমেটটো তাত থকা ল'ৰাজনক ক'লোঁ ভাইটি অকণমান চাই মোৰ বিষয়ে যি জানে তোমাক কেনেকৈ ক'ম সেইটো যোৰহাটক কোৱাৰ দৰকাৰ নাই তাৰপিছত আমি বজাৰ কৰি পেলাই মই যেতিয়া অকণ বাহিৰলৈ ওলাইছোঁ মোক ল'ৰাকেইজন মানে মাতি লৈ আনিলে মই বুজা তাৰপিছত অৱস্থাটো বেয়ালৈ গ'লগৈ তাহাঁতি মোক ভিতৰত লৈ গৈ পেলাই বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ মোক হেৰি কৰিলে মই একো ক'বলৈ এতিয়া মোৰ গাটো জোৰ নাই শাৰীৰিকভাৱে প্ৰহাৰ কৰিছে বহুত বেয়াকৈ মাৰিছে ক'ত দুখ পাইছা বুলি মেডিকেল ৰিপৰ্টত ওলাব মোৰ সকলোবিলাক কৰিছে মই চিটি স্কেন এটা কৰিব লাগিব কাইলৈ এতিয়া সেইকাৰণে অকণ দুৰ্বল লাগিছে
Meanwhile, on Friday, Assam Jadiya Da Padi Yuba Chadra Barishat staged protests against the security agency and demanded justice for injured Gopal Tuda.
মই ভাবোঁ এইটো যোৰহাটৰ ভাৱে এটা ক'লা দিন যোৰহাটত বাৰে বাৰে এই ধৰণৰ ঘটনা হৈ থকাটো খুব দুৰ্ভাগ্যজনক আৰু যোৰহাটৰ মানুহৰ ইমান মানে তললৈ গৈছে পশুৰ পৰ্যায়লৈ গৈছে যিসকলে এই আক্ৰমণটো কৰিছে আৰু মই গোপাল দত্তক খুব সৰুৰে পৰা জানো একেবাৰে তেওঁৰ শৈশৱৰ পৰাই মোৰ লগত চিনাকি মই জানো যে তেওঁ এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কেতিয়া মানুহ নহয় আৰু তেওঁ হেলমেটটো চাবলৈ কৈছিলে সিকিউৰিটি গাৰ্ড কিজনক তেওঁলোকে সেই সময়ত তেওঁ খুব বেয়া ভাষা কৈ পেলাই অকথ্য ভাষা তেওঁ যিখিনি কথা মোক কৈছে বেয়া ভাষা কৈ পেলাই তেওঁ ক'লে কোৱাৰ পিছত তেওঁলোকে সেই কথাখিনি তেওঁলোকৰ মেনেজমেণ্টক অৱগত কৰিলে অৱগত কৰাৰ পাছত তেওঁ যেতিয়া তেওঁৰ পত্নী আছিল আটাইতকৈ ডাঙৰ কথা তেওঁৰ লগত তেওঁৰ পত্নী আছিলে পত্নীৰ লগত যেতিয়া তেওঁ পাৰ্কিঙলৈ উভতি আহিলে সেই পাৰ্কিং স্লটটোকে তেওঁক মাৰিছে
আজি প্ৰাক্তন আছুকৰ্মী তথা এজন সমাজ বিশিষ্ট সমাজসেৱক গোপাল দত্ত ডাঙৰীয়াক আজি যি মৰ্মান্তিক ধৰণে যোৰহাটৰ বিশাল মেগামাৰ্টত তেওঁক অমানসিক অত্যাচাৰ চলালে এক সাধাৰণ কথাক আলম লৈ পানি এছএছ কোম্পানীৰ যি সিকিউৰিটি গাৰ্ড যিকেইজন আছে তেওঁক ইমানেই বেয়াকৈ প্ৰহাৰ কৰিলে যে তেওঁ হস্পিটেলাইজ হ'বলগীয়া হৈছে বৰ্তমান আমি যোৰহাটবাসী ৰাইজ আজি যোৰহাটত যদিও আৰক্ষী প্ৰশাসনে গিজগিজাই আছে কিন্তু আৰক্ষী প্ৰশাসনৰ সন্মুখতে আজি গোপাল দত্ত ডাঙৰীয়াক গুৰুলকৈ পিটি তেওঁক গুৰুতৰভাৱে আঘাত কৰি তেওঁক আজি মৃত্যুপায় অৱস্থালৈ ঠেলি পঠিয়াইছে গতিকে আমি এটা কথা কওঁ যদিও আৰক্ষী বিভাগটো বা আৰক্ষী লোকসকলেও যদিও আমাৰ নিচিনা সাধাৰণ মানুহে ভগৱান নহয় তেওঁলোকে ক'ত কি ঘটনা হ'ব তেওঁলোকে নাজানে
That's all for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.